Hey guys, my name's Emily, and today I have a nice slow flow for your hips. So we'll do some hip strengthening and stretching, and I'm going to be using a block, but if you don't have one, don't worry about it. You can definitely do it without the block too. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my weekly videos. All right, so we're going to start lying down. Coming into our sleeping butterfly, so bringing the soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Arms can just rest by your sides or however's comfortable. So just letting the shoulders ground into the mat, letting the arms be heavy. Beginning to slow down your breath. Noticing as your chest and belly rise with every inhale and fall with every exhale. From here, we're going to lift the right knee up and bring the right knee towards the right shoulder. Taking hold of the inside edge of that right foot, finding half happy baby, keeping your left leg where it is. Using your left hand to ground down that left leg. So you should feel balanced here. You shouldn't feel like you're rolling over onto the right side. And on your exhale, slowly bring that right leg back down, back into your sleeping butterfly. And we'll do the same on the other side. So draw the left knee towards your left shoulder. Take hold of the inside edge of that left foot. Draw the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. Press down with your right hand on the right thigh. Take a few deep breaths. And exhale, slowly lowering it back down. Use your hands to close up the legs and draw your knees in towards your chest. Maybe a little rock side to side. And then give yourself a nice big squeeze. We're going to draw our nose towards our knees and slowly rocking up and down the mat. So rock and roll a couple times. And then we'll come up to a seated position, finding boat pose. This is where you can grab your block if you have one. Place it in between your thighs. So you can either have your feet on the mat or you can lift your legs up, lifting the chest high, and then arms come by your sides here, or out in front, I guess. Then begin to squeeze the block, so bringing the inner thighs together, engaging the core, lifting the chest. Nice big breaths. Either staying right here, or option to lift the arms high. Exhale, lower down. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Bring the feet back down. Bring the block off to the side. Just hug your knees in towards your chest. Maybe rock side to side. And then we're going to come into a tabletop position. So come onto your hands and knees. Stack your wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Engaging the core here, draw your belly button into your spine, or towards your spine. And then we're going to extend the right leg long behind you. Right toes point down to the mat. Either stay right here or extend the left arm forward. From here, we're going to exhale, Bring your knee towards your elbow, rounding the spine. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Last time to lengthen. Now dropping the left hand down, spinning your right hip on top of the left, so your right toes point to the right. We're gonna come into a half moon. Option to drop that right foot if you need to. Inhale, open up, so reach that right arm up. This can be a lot trickier than it looks, so do your best. Lift that right leg high. And then exhale, lower it back down, coming back to your table. Just swing your hips side to side. And then extending the left leg back behind you. Option to raise that right arm forward. And then exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Twice more with your breath. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, right hand comes down. Spin the left hip on top of the right. Inhale, left arm up. Seeing if you can raise that left leg a little bit more. And then exhale slowly back to table. Sway the hips side to side. And then we're gonna press back into downward facing dog. So curl the toes, bend the knees a lot to start off, finding length through the spine. Then beginning to pedal out the heels. So drawing your heels towards the mat, not worrying if they touch the mat or not. It's more about length in the spine. From here, we're gonna inhale the right leg high. Exhale, draw your knee towards your nose, step it through, coming into your low lunge. Fingertips can stay on the mat. Heart comes forward, finding length in the spine, sinking down into the hips. Breath is long and steady here. On your exhale, straightening out the front leg, finding half splits, bringing your hips above that back knee. From here, coming back into your lunge, bring your hand to the inside of your right leg and heel toeing that right foot towards the outer edge of the mat. Curl the back toes, coming into your active gecko. So coming up off the back knee, hug your right knee towards your right shoulder. And then maybe a little rock up and down, back and forth. We're gonna come into our passive gecko, so coming down onto the back knee. And then you might want to open the hip a bit more, so coming onto the right edge of the right foot, bringing the right hand to your right thigh, peeling the chest towards the right. You should feel opening in the right hip as well as the left hip flexor. If you're happy here, just stay right here. If you want a little bit more, begin to bend that back knee. So just slowly, as much as you can. If it's only a couple inches, that's fine. And then lower it back down. 2 more times. Inhale to lift that foot. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then maybe lifting that foot one more time, and then grabbing the left foot with the right hand. Getting into a nice quad stretch on our left leg. If this is too much, just back off, come to where it feels good. Exhale to release, planting the hand, And then bringing your right foot back to center, pressing back, downward facing dog. Paddle out the heels once again. And then inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through, low lunge. So finding length in the spine, heart comes forward, sinking into the hips. From here, find your half split. Straighten out that front leg. Think about leading with the heart instead of the shoulders. And then bending back into your lunge, heel toeing your left foot to the left edge of the mat. And then curling the back toes, coming up off the knee. Maybe a little back and forth. Draw that left knee in towards your left shoulder. Taking the time to drop the back knee. Maybe coming onto the left edge of that left foot, only if it feels okay. And then left hand to your left thigh, peeling the chest towards the left. If you want to come into our little knee bends, you can bend the back knee, lifting that back foot. Exhale, lower down. Try twice more. One more bend if you want to reach for that back foot. Lowering the hips towards the mat. Slowly release, bring that left hand back down. Left foot comes to center, pressing back, downward dog. From here, inhale, right leg high, bend the knee, stack right hip on top of left, opening up the hips here. Keep the shoulders square, so drawing that right shoulder down. And then inhale, straighten out the leg, squaring the hip, step it through for your crescent lunge. Inhale, reach the arms high. So we're high up on the back toes here, bending into the right leg. From here, beginning to hinge forward, reaching forward, coming into warrior three. So you're gonna maybe step it up, lower the chest as your back leg rises. You wanna keep your spine in line with that back leg, so really long. And then slowly begin to stand up, bringing that left knee towards your chest. Finding your eagle, bringing the left leg on top of the right, wrapping it up, right arm on top of the left, pressing the palms together. Draw your hands away from your face, keep your elbow in line with your shoulders. From here, begin to unwrap that left leg, stepping it back for your crescent lunge. Reach those arms high. On your exhale, slowly lower the hands. Inhale, back to downward dog. Maybe pedal out the heels again, or just finding stillness. Then inhale, left leg high, bend the knee, stack left hip on top of right. Maybe draw that right heel towards the mat. Inhale, find length in that left leg. Exhale, bring it through, finding your crescent lunge. Inhale the arms high. Nice big bend in that front leg. Straightening out the back leg, high up on the back toes. On your exhale, begin to hinge forward, finding length. Shifting your weight forward, maybe taking flight here, warrior three. Back toes point down, keeping the hips square. Beginning to stand up, inhale, right knee comes up. Exhale, bring your right leg on top of the left, finding your eagle legs, left arm on top of the right. Finding your drishti here, so focusing on one spot in the room that isn't moving. And then begin to stand up, bringing the right leg back, stepping back, crescent lunge. On your exhale, slowly lower the hands, finding downward dog. From here, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bring it through, step it to the top, spinning the back toes, warrior two. Bending into that left leg. Now your feet are going to stay where they are, but I want you to feel like your feet are pressing towards one another, so engaging those inner thighs. Tucking the tailbone down, making sure you're not sticking out your bum. And then slowly come into side angle. Left elbow to left thigh, reach the right arm up. Taking any other variation you like if you know it. And inhale back up. Finding triangle, straightening the left leg. Making sure you have a slight micro bend in that left leg, reaching forward. Bringing the hand to the inside of the left leg. Shoulders stack on top of one another. Inhale back up, warrior two, yep. Bring your hands to heart center, spin the toes to the side. Toes turn out, finding your goddess. Sinking down into the hips. Tuck that tailbone down, engaging the core here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up, exhale lower. Inhale up, exhale, sink it down. Inhale to come back up, finding warrior two, facing the opposite way. So bringing your arms parallel to the floor. Now draw those feet towards one another, engaging those inner thighs, engaging the core. Exhale to side angle, forearm comes down, left arm up, or maybe bringing it overhead. Inhale, sweep it back up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, finding triangle, reach it forward. Bring that right hand down. Making sure your shoulders are opening up to the side. Inhale back up, warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips, spin the toes to the side, making sure your feet are parallel. We're gonna slowly hinge forward, finding a wide-legged forward fold. So relaxing your head, neck, and shoulders here. Maybe walking your hands back, deepening the stretch in the hamstrings. From here, we're gonna bend into that left leg, keeping the right leg straight. And then other side, coming on to the right side, bending that right leg. Shifting your weight back over to the left, spinning the toes towards the left, stepping back, downward dog. We're gonna make our way to pigeon from here. So inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bring the right knee towards your right wrist. Walking that left foot back, keeping the toes curled. So we're gonna come up off the back knee if you can, either pressing into the hands or maybe coming onto the forearms. So we're gonna come into an active version of this pose first. So really pressing the mat with your forearms, as well as pressing your shin and pressing that back foot. So finding some activation in the right hip, also in both thighs. Both legs are really working hard here. And then we're going to lower that back knee, uncurl the back toes, and coming into the passive version of this pose. So maybe let your head relax. You can rest your forehead on stacked fists if that feels okay, or maybe a block. Let your breath slow down. And then slowly walk your hands back up, curling the back toes and carefully pressing back to downward dog. Taking any movements you need here, maybe shifting the hips side to side, or maybe just finding stillness. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bring left knee to left wrist. Setting up for your pigeon, walking that right foot back and then curling the back toes, coming up off the knee. Pressing into your forearms or your hands, pressing into the front shin and the back foot. So feeling the strength in your legs. And then slowly lower the back knee. Releasing the tension in the legs and the hips. And maybe relaxing the head. Slowly pressing back up, curling the back toes, finding downward dog. Then we're going to walk the feet forward, coming into a seated position, finding butterfly pose. So feet together, knees out wide. You can grab hold of just above the ankle. Finding length in the spine, draw the shoulders down. And exhale to melt the heart forward if that feels okay. Maybe making this a passive pose, relaxing the head and neck. And then slowly roll back up. Bring your arms out in front, engaging the core. We're going to slowly roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Extending the arms overhead, relaxing the shoulders. Nice passive stretch, opening the hips. And then carefully closing up the legs, draw your knees into your chest. Bringing your right knee on top of the left, kind of like you would sit in the chair cross-legged, and then draw your right knee towards your chest. Switching sides, bringing the left knee on top of the right. Draw both knees in. Beginning to relax. And slowly lower the feet back down, coming into your final resting pose. Bringing the legs out wide, arms away from the body. Toes flop out to either sides. Letting go of the strength and all the work in this practice. Letting your arms and legs be super heavy. And just resting here in stillness for as long as you like. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you next time.